The 3-4-2-1 is the most meta 3 at the back formation in the game, and with today's instructions, we're making it transition to defense to a solid 4-4-2, which is an amazing setup to defend in. And in attack, we'll have 7 players storming at the opponent's box, overloading their defense. G'day everyone, it's Omidex here and welcome back to another video on this channel. Today I'm talking about the 3-4-2-1 formation. You can see the tactics on your screen. Just like any 3 or 5 at the back formation, we never go anything higher than 55 depth, and since we'll be defending in a 4-4-2 and not a 5 at the back, we don't need to decrease the width that much. We have 5 players in box because we don't want everyone to be inside the box. We need people on the edge to be able to contribute to the goals. Moving on to the instructions, we start by of course the striker. I have him on stay central and target player. You could leave him on just stay central, but I prefer target player on this specific setup. My right forward, I have him only on stay central. I don't want this player to come back on defense. He's gonna play more of a secondary striker here. On the contrary, my left forward is on stay central and come back on defense. This player is gonna defend as my left midfielder, and my left midfielder, when we're defending, is gonna transition back and play as a left back. So on my team, Morgan is gonna defend as a left midfielder, Aitana is gonna be the right midfielder, Cancelo is gonna transition back and play as a left back, while Walker is of course the right back. Now the left midfielder, which I encourage you to play a fullback here, needs to be on comeback on defense, stay wide and stay on edge of the box for crosses. This player plays as a fullback that goes forward, so I have stay on the edge of the box for him, so he doesn't get into the box and leave a lot of gap behind him for the counterattacks. If you want to switch the left and right side of this tactic, make sure to mirror every instruction. It's a make or break for this formation. Now the right midfielder, who's gonna actually be an attacker, I have him on cut inside, come short and stay on edge of the box for crosses. But listen, I have the specific instructions on Aitana because she's a playmaker. If you have an actual fast winger here, you could go with getting behind and get into the box for crosses. So in one way, your RM is gonna play the role of a playmaker, or they could be the goal scorer and go forward and get into the box. That's definitely up to you and it should depend on your team. Next up is the defensive CM, who's on stay back and cover center. This is your defensive oriented center mid. The other CM, who's preferably a box-to-box midfielder, is on balanced cover center and stay on edge of the box for crosses. Again, we want him to go forward but not play as a striker. And our goalkeeper, as always, is on comms for crosses and default. Let's get to some gameplay. This formation specializes breaking your opponent's defense in half. It's so overwhelming for your opponent to defend when you have so many runners going forward. There's some of those games that you just can't score a goal against someone, and it's the most annoying thing. Switch to this formation, it will make something happen. And of course, when a formation is this perfect in attack, you're making a few sacrifices at the back. But here we're trying to minimize that sacrifice, because if you didn't know, 3 and 5 at the back formations after a certain patch are a little bit slow to transition back into defense, specifically the 2 wingers that are supposed to come back. But here we have just one fullback slash winger that we're expecting to come back. The other winger, actually, we don't even want to come back at all. She's gonna contribute in the midfield and just occupy space and deny some of the trivela or finish shots on the edge of the box. And I think that's the key to playing this formation successfully, because not only we're not expecting one winger to come back, but they actually stay forward and contribute in so many counterattacks. Most people have their left back on balance, so when your right midfielder is not on comeback on defense, they're actually in tons of space every single time you're going into a counterattack. I hope that makes some sense. I would love this video to contain more interesting and beautiful goals, but this is a very sweaty formation and these are the last few games to an 18 and 2 FUT Champs run, so the games were really sweaty, and so are the goals you're about to see. The key strength to this formation is you have 4 wide players, 2 on each side, in perfect position for trivelas, so please use and abuse that before they patch it. The general attack is amazing with this formation, so use it and let me know how you do. That's it for today's video. Thank you everyone for watching this. Please leave a like and hopefully